us. So the month of April is recognized as Jazz Appreciation Month, if you didn't know, and the High Point Theater is celebrating by hosting a concert that will feature a popular jazz artist.
This is so exciting for our community. So joining us now is that artist. Let's say good morning to Barbara Lika. Barbara, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Well, we even see how inspired you are by jazz with the painting in the background as well. You have to tell us a little bit more about your journey to get into this type of music and why you were inspired to become an artist.
Well, both of my parents are or were professional musicians, so it's kind of the family biz. But at the same time, you know, they were doing kind of European pop music, and I was digging into my dad's old jazz records, and so I kind of came up through jazz. But honestly, the show that we're touring now is kind of a mix of folk singer songwriter and jazz, sort of like a Norah Jones vibe. I try to make music that tells more, you know, contemporary stories and is a little bit more accessible to a bigger audience. So yeah, I think it won't be necessarily, you know, straight ahead jazz that people might think of when they hear the word jazz.
Well, it's obviously in your blood too. I mean, to have mom and dad in music as well. I mean, I can vouch, like, it's not in my blood at all, and I have no musical talent, so I have so much respect for artists like yourself. And explaining your sound a little bit, to kind of tell us more about your writing style and how you really became, you know, your own artist.
Yeah, I mean, I think what attracted me to jazz in the first place was just that whole storytelling aspect, which you get in jazz and you get in folk and country music, and I like that linear storytelling. So I feel like that's kind of what my style is. I just try to tell a story from front to back, and I'm a big fan of writers like Randy Newman and Paul Simon, and I'm a huge Laurie McKenna fan. And that first Norah Jones album with who was it? It was Jesse Harris and Lee Alexander. They wrote all that stuff. I think that album is just perfect. So that's really what I go for, and I feel like a lot of true pop music right now doesn't do that. And if you hear it, it's kind of what's coming out of Nashville, you know?
That's so true, yeah.
I mean, Norah Jones is a family favorite in my family personally at home. We listen to her songs, all the different albums all the time. So I have to ask you, Barbara, people are going to be so excited to come out and see you on Friday. What can they sort of expect when they're able to come to High Point Theater?
Well, I think that they're going to be surprised, because, you know, we have pretty complex music and some really virtuosic guys on the bandstand, you know, taking their solos and doing that. But at the same time, at the core of it, we are singing about some things that you don't necessarily hear a lot, because I'm a very awkward person and I always kind of feel like I'm on the outskirts looking in, you know. So I have a song about how much I love my cat, and I have a song about how I spend too much time making Excel spreadsheets. So it's really supposed to be a lot more relatable. You know, I have a song about the worst first date I ever went on, where I was really nervous and I showed up drunk.
These are funny.
Yeah, it's all totally true stories, and I tell all the stories behind the songs and kind of invite people behind the curtains. So it's exciting. It's my second time being at High Point Theater, and it's such a beautiful theater. So I'm kind of hoping we get a whole bunch of people back, because I feel like the North Carolina crowd was cool. You know, there was some edge. They were into it.
We are cool.
Yeah. And Barbara, as soon as you said a song about your cat, I just pictured Phoebe from Friends, Smelly Cat, with her rendition that she gave down there in the cafe. So it is really, really funny to think that that's part of your lineup.
Are you a Friends fan, Barbara? Yeah. I'm not.
I am not a Friends fan. My best friend was, and it was a whole thing. I was into Buffy, she was into Friends, and it was...
Barbara, we are
Yeah.
glad that we got to talk with you too ahead of your performance, and certainly good luck too. Thanks so much for sharing part of your musical journey with us, and for everyone tuning in at home, you can see Barbara perform at the High Point Theater this Friday night at 7:30. Doors will actually open up for you at 6:30. You can purchase a ticket by visiting highpointtheater.com.